Within 6 months, I was able to grow the online side of my business to match what I was doing in person that had taken me 15 years. And I was like, all right, well, that's a glaring sign that this thing is working. And I pay attention to trends and I pay attention to shifts in business. And this was a trend and a shift in business. So I wanted to free up more of my time so I can spend it online, which I started doing. So I was not taking on new clients. If a client fell off, I was not trying to replace them at that point. I started to raise my package rates in person. So it would cause more people not to renew, and the people that would be paying more. So it was still worth my time. Then as things naturally progress, I started reaching out to some friends of mine that were also coaches, and they were consultants, not just in the wellness space, but just in business. And I said, if you're not using LinkedIn, you should be. Like, I'm having a field day over here.
Yes.
So I taught them all. I wasn't charging anything. They were just friends. So I'm like, here's what you need to do, blah, blah, blah.
Do something that works for you. And once it works for you, see if you can help someone else. Could be friends and family. It could be someone that, you're close to in a community. And that proves external validation to someone else. Like, this is a transferable value add. And then 3, then you bring it to market, which you did through 1-800 conference call or whatever. And you got like immediate validation from the market that like, yes, other people want this and this is like a viable business. That's a really important context and like why you do this, how you made this shift. And of course, you've done this to like the nth degree, written 5 books. You've got multiple modes of ways to provide value, all the way from courses and community up to, premium coaching. I love that backstory. I'm really grateful you shared that. Let's talk about LinkedIn today. So I feel like, I got on LinkedIn. I was probably on it maybe the same time as you. I mean, I probably had some sort of online profile when I had an engineering job and was like, it's an online resume. But, a couple of years ago, I started actually paying attention to it, being strategic, creating content. Now it's kind of, it's part of the system that I look at as marketing. And I know I can learn a lot from you.
You're not selling and pitching, you're educating and informing. And if you're doing those 4 things from just a very basic foundational standpoint on LinkedIn, you'll hit a home run.
That's amazing. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure this will be a clip that we'll pull out, but like what I view that in terms, that's a flywheel, right? Like that you are going through a consistent 3-post sequence that gets better and better and feeds itself, right? Because it's the poll question, the research question that feeds the long form. And then from that long form, you can pull out the best snippet and make a quick video. And then you go back and ask again. And it takes away this like deer in the headlights. I don't know what to post, so I'm just going to procrastinate and not post this week. I like that. And so I think I have one quick hit sort of follow-up question for each of those 3 pieces of content that's a little more advanced. So video, that's something I don't do well or I don't do enough of. Do you see the video? Is it preferable to do something native to LinkedIn? And if so, should it be like vertical or horizontal? And like, you know what I mean? There's like sort of like YouTube style videos, there's TikTok style videos. What works best on LinkedIn right now?
To get started, I would do the vertical videos. So that is something that you could do native. Again, to your point, you can actually log onto the LinkedIn app and you can hit the media button right on there and it will ask you to access your camera and there's a record button right there. And you just literally hit record and you just do a quick little 30 to 45 second little tip of the day that's going to leave value. Basically from there, you'll click next. And then you'll write some context above, like what the post is about. Like, here's a little tip to do X, Y, and Z. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What was your biggest takeaway? Couple hashtags, and then you post it. And that's really all you need to do for video.
What I say sometimes is people talk about, well, what if you get hit by a bus and you die? Like, that is a good thought exercise because you want to make sure your family's secure and hopefully your business can live on without you if that's a priority for you. The question people don't ask is, what if you get hit by a bus and you don't die and you're maimed, right? And you're like, you just lose the ability to deliver what you do in person or, in the current model that you have. And I think that this idea of resiliency is really important. And so for you, that was a drive, life change, child's here, you're reflecting back on your own dad's legacy and how he was there for you. And it forced you to think in a new way about how you deliver value in the marketplace. So that was number 1, business mortality. I think that's a really healthy exercise, even though it's a crude term. I think it's important for people to think about that.